Pedestrian bridge collapse at University in Miami. A newly installed pedestrian bridge collapsed on Florida International University's campus Thursday afternoon. The collapse occurred at about 1:30 p.m., and as of 5 p.m., at least 8 vehicles were flattened and trapped under the collapsed bridge. According to authorities, at least 9 people pulled out of the rubble were immediately hospitalized. 4 people sadly didn't make it, including a student from Florida International University. Florida State Governor Rick Scott said that the state would do its best to determine the cause of the collapse. FIU had claimed the $14.2 million cable-supported bridge was an innovation, as the construction techniques used were intended to expedite the work and minimize disruption of traffic. The project was a collaboration between MCM Construction and FIGG Bridge Design. Florida Senator Marco Rubio apparently has some inside information and tweeted, "The cables that suspend the Miami bridge had loosened and the engineering firm ordered that they be tightened. They are being tightened when it collapsed today." The 950-ton bridge was supposed to open to foot traffic in 2019 and was designed to connect the school to the Sweetwater neighborhood, home to more than 4,000 FIU students. Everyone brace yourself.
Phew! That was close. 21 lucky bus passengers in China got a real sinking feeling when a giant hole in the ground almost gobbled them up. The 10-foot wide and 10-foot deep sinkhole opened up on a bus lane in the southern city of Nanning last Friday, just moments after the vehicle passed over it. The narrow escape was captured on CCTV. As you can see from the video, the passengers get a bit of a bumpy ride, just moments before the sinkhole appears. The driver of a second bus following behind then slams on the brakes to avoid the massive gaping hole in the road. Footage from aboard the first bus shows just how close its passengers came to being swallowed. Yep, we're gonna bet there were probably more than a few soiled undergarments on that bus. According to the cops, one of the city's subway lines runs under the road where the sinkhole was found. The bus lane was immediately closed for repairs so the authorities could investigate what happened. China is no stranger to sinkholes. There have been several reports of the giant craters appearing without warning at various locations around the country in recent years. Sinkholes commonly occur when rock below the land surface is naturally dissolved by circulating groundwater, causing the land surface to collapse suddenly. Giant crane comes crashing to the ground. This is a video of a massive crane crashing into a harbor when it was hit by a container vessel. This reportedly took place when the ship was trying to berth at Terminal 1 at the Jebel Ali port in Dubai on May 4th. Thankfully, nobody died, but several people did have minor injuries, and one person was treated for a fractured arm and leg. At least 138 dead after powerful earthquake hit central Mexico. Tragedy and disaster have struck Mexico for the second time in less than 2 weeks. A 7.1 magnitude earthquake killed at least 138 people in central Mexico on Tuesday and left millions without power. According to the Los Angeles Times, 44 buildings collapsed and 30 people were killed in Mexico City. Soldiers, police officers, and firefighters, as well as residents, are working to save people from damaged buildings. Earlier this month, an 8.1 magnitude earthquake killed 98 people in southern Mexico.
Why a building in Tainan, Taiwan collapsed in an earthquake. Controversy has arisen after the discovery of cooking oil tin cans inside the pillars of the 17-story building in Tainan, Taiwan that collapsed after an earthquake on February 6th. However, experts say they may not have been responsible for the building's collapse. A 17-story building in southern Taiwan's Tainan City collapsed after a 6.4 magnitude earthquake occurred on February 6th in the separate city of Kaohsiung. The building had survived a 7.3 magnitude earthquake that took place previously on September 21, 1999, because the intensity of that tremor was only a 4 compared to the 7 in the Kaohsiung earthquake. Experts say aluminum cans that were later found inside the walls of the building were used to enlarge the pillars without significantly increasing the weight, which was legal in Taiwan for buildings built before 1999. Steel rods inside the building were also found to be locked at 90-degree angles instead of 135-degree angles, which increased the risk of them becoming loose during an earthquake. The U-shaped building was built as 9 connected blocks. Without a fourth wall to hold the ends of the U-shape, the building fell in the opposite direction during the quake. More than 72 hours have passed since the earthquake struck. More than 120 people are still missing, and the death toll has risen up to 40.